Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. I'm Carolyn the Flosstube Stitcher and this is one of two videos that I will be doing today. This particular video is my December WIP update for 2024 and today is Monday the 30th of December. This may not be uploaded to YouTube until tomorrow, but we'll see how we go. As you can see, I have a blank wall behind me, which normally is filled with all crafty stuff. I am in the process of reorganizing what feels like my entire house, but is in fact 3 rooms. And I am making my craft room into a bedroom / craft room. So I know some of you may be dying in shock because I know you would all love to have a craft room and I had one, but it's more important for me to have a room to have my grandkids have a place to stay over at night. I'd like to spend more time with them because family is the most important thing and they mean the world to me. So I'm going to try my best to turn this room into a bedroom for them and have a space at one end for my craft. Most of it will be stored away in a cupboard, whereas before it was sort of like out on show. And to be honest, this room was it was a mess. I wasn't even able to stitch in here. It was just a storage room. Everything just got dumped and I wasn't happy with that. So hopefully this will be a change for the better. And like I said, they'll be able to come and stay over. So it will definitely be a change for the better for me. Anyway, that's a bit of rambling on quite early on, wasn't it? So December was a really, really busy month for me, as I'm sure it was for all the rest of you. I do hope you all had a wonderful Christmas spent with your family and loved ones. And if you don't celebrate Christmas, I do hope you enjoyed some time off work and did whatever it is that you like to do in your free time. And, you know, just took some time out for you because that's important this time of year, is to look after our mental health and do what makes us happy. I certainly don't think reorganizing 3 rooms is a happy process for me. It's quite stressed at the moment. My house looks like a bomb has hit it. There's stuff everywhere. But the end result will make me very happy because then hopefully I'll have a bit more organization to my life, and I'm all about organization. So when I am organized, I am less stressed and a happier person. So please keep your fingers crossed for me that I can action the way it's pictured in my head. All right, so the month of December, I worked on 4 WIPs, but it was a huge month for finishes for me. I got 8 items fully finished. Once again, I did leave it to the last minute. I said I wasn't going to do that. I finished things way early in time in November, but I just did not feel the bug to finish those items. So I just kept putting it off and putting it off and putting it off. And then it was a mad rush again at the end. I have to get this done. I really hate doing that to myself, and I seem to do it every single year. Oh, well, never mind. They're done. They're done. That's the most important part. So enjoyed them for Christmas. So I'll get to those a bit later on. And before I get started, I did mention this is the first of 2 videos. So this is my December WIP update. My next video that I'll also be filming today is going to be a big one. And I really hope you stick around for that one, because that will be my 2024 finish parade, which I don't think I've ever done a finish parade. I'm pretty sure this is my first. So 2024 finish parade, as well as my 2025 stitching plans. And I'm going all out next year. I've got a lot of things planned. Going to shock quite a few of you. So the next video will be a big one. So I really hope you watch this one and then stick around for the next one. So I'm sure you'll enjoy it. All right, let's get started. So projects I worked on this month. First one was my Sleigh Ride at Dusk by Dimensions Gold collection. Now, I did only work on this for 1 day, which is a bit sad. However, I got the whole Christmas tree finished. And, that was a process in itself. Lots of color changes, lots of different threads, so 3 strands, 4 strands, full cross, half cross. That's typical of Dimension Gold kits, but that's how you get that beautiful detail. So that one's really coming along, and yeah, it just wasn't my go-to project this year, unfortunately, so that's okay. Making progress, and some progress is better than none. So as well as the tree, I also did a few more of these. So I'm going to be working over this way. I'll probably get the toe finished and then I will move up. So there's not a lot more to do at the top there. That should be fairly quick. It's probably the most part is in this section here. And then of course there will be all the back stitching, which looks like quite a lot, but that's okay. I like back stitching. I love the, when it pops with the detail. And I love that transformation, the before and after back stitching. I love seeing that whenever you guys post pictures like that online. I love it. All right, I need to find somewhere. This table is full. Okay, next project I worked on, and I worked on this last night as well. So this has seen a lot of love in December because this is probably my focus piece for December because I just love it so much. Now, I'm not going to show the full design because it's still all rolled up, but I will show the full design in my next video. So you can see where we're up to for the start of 2025. So if you want to see the full thing, you need to watch the next video. Anyway, enough rambling. This is called Up on the Rooftop by Tilton Crafts, otherwise known as Christmas House 1 by Artisy. And this is where I'm at. Oh, let's get it in the whole frame. So I worked on this for 10 days this month, and I got a total of, I didn't write it down, 3,790 stitches plus what I did last night. Last night I did 495 or 499. I can't remember, I've already forgotten. Anyway, doesn't matter. So this month was all about this part of the house. I don't know what that's called, but all about this part of the house. And look, I've got the first corner done of the first room. I really wanted to reach that, so I'm very happy I got that done by the end of 2024, so that when I first start this in 2025, it feels like I'm starting on a new house. But yes, this coming year is going to be fun because it'll only be a small section that will be seen, but it will be enough to get me excited. But there'll be a lot of snow coming up, so there'll be all the roof line of snow there. And I adore this design so much. I think it's my favorite of everything. So this is done on 18 count white Aida, 2/1 and diagonal parking. So very, very pleased with that. And yeah, quite happy with that progress for 10 days. That's great. And it's a lot of confetti, as you can see by all those hanging threads. Still a lot of confetti in this, and there's going to be even more once I hit those rooms, let me tell you. But I'm really looking forward to seeing the detail come out in that. Okay, as I said, you'll see the full design in the next video, so you have to come back. All right, let's pop that there. Now, the next one I worked on was a new start number 28 for the year. And this is called Nutcracker Collection by Shannon Christine Designs. And this is an entire collection of nutcrackers. And this is how much I got done. Oh, look, the sparkle comes up quite well today. On my 32 count opalescent Belfast linen, you know by now that this is my go-to Christmas fabric. I always have a supply of this. In fact, I'm getting really low, so I'm going to have to get some more. Although I don't think I have any new projects coming in the new year on this, so maybe we'll see a bit of a rest from it. So I worked on this for 4 days in December and got a total of 2,248 stitches done. Didn't quite get him finished. That's okay. I don't think I'm going to be stitching tonight because I have visitors, but if I do, I might get this out and just try and finish him off a little bit, which would be nice. Now this is also a stitch along that I'm doing with my friend sunnycat2762 on Instagram, Kathy, and our stitch along is hashtag nutcracker x stitch sale. So if anyone would like to join along with any of Shannon Christine Designs nutcrackers, they're all getting posted over onto there and we can cheer each other on and just enjoy it, because her nutcrackers, they're not ugly. Like nutcrackers, I've never liked them because they all have funny mouths and they look scary. Hers aren't scary at all. Hers are beautiful. I mean, look at this. Look at his like extra colours in there. And oh, I was missing this colour. That's why that's gone. I had to wait to get more of that, which I have now. But yeah, just really looking forward to this one. It's going to be a lot of fun. Big nutcrackers, small nutcrackers. Every single one of them will be different. So I will not be doing the Shannon Christine Designs stitch along for 2025. I did like it. However, I felt like it was all beautiful, like gingerbread type houses, but I felt my initial reaction was they all looked a bit the same and I think I would get bored with it. She has since, I think a few people made that comment, and she has since changed it up a little bit, and she's changed it for the better and it is very nice now. And I did reconsider, but by then I'd already decided on quite a few things I wanted to start, and I didn't want to, as nice as it is to be part of a stitch along, that was a week out of the month for the last 2 years for me in, participating in those. And in that week, I could be working on a couple of other projects. So it was time for me to give it a rest for this year and to work on other things. So who knows, next year might get back into it, depends what the design is. I was very tempted with her Halloween design this year, but by then I'd already planned on what I was doing, so I didn't want to mess up my plans with that. But so this is sort of my way of still being, oh, my rod's come out, still being part of Shannon Christine Designs for a year, but doing it at my own pace, and I do hope that I can finish this in the year. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, very nice design, and Kathy is also loving all these nutcracker designs as well. Okay, my next WIP that I worked on, and the last one for this month, was Mrs. Claus's cookbook. Now this was a gift from my friend Karen Garcia. She knows I love Christmas, and she decided to gift me, which I'm incredibly grateful for, this cookbook. And now I've never done anything like this before, something this small. Like, as a fully finished object, it's going to be small and cute, and a usable object as well, which is really cute. So I actually there were two that they're all being released in stages. So first off was, I might put a piece of paper behind that. All right, there we go. First off, this is stage 4, chapter 1. So these are the pages of the books now. And this is reindeer treats, and you can see all the ingredients there. Half a cup of oatmeal, bits of glitter, half a cup of sugar, and 9 peanuts. So enough there for a reindeer each. And there's a cute little Rudolph there with his red nose. These stitch up really, really quickly. I didn't write this down, but this is done on 32 count vintage country mocha linen, 2/2. So that was stage 4, chapter 1. And then we've got stage 5, chapter 2, and this is candy cane soup, which sounds very interesting. Half a cup of hot cocoa, quarter of a cup of mini marshmallows, quarter of a cup of chocolate chips, and a peppermint stick. Yum. So that's what they look like together at the moment on the page. So I had to grid the fabric, had to make a note of where the margins were going to be for the book. And yes, they are meant to be on different sides. Followed that to a T. And there's all back stitching around each design there. So that's obviously how the book is going to get, the pages, I should say, going to get sewn together. So this is a nice little one. It doesn't take long to do each step. I think each one I was able to do in a day, if I remember rightly. It's not much to it at all. So there's 2, 4, 6 more to go. The book cover's been done, and then it will be the finishing instructions. So this will be a priority for 2025 because obviously there'll be a deadline, well, not a deadline, but a start date for each of the chapters, and I just plan on stitching them when that comes out, so I know, right, that's done. Okay, I can do something else until the next one's released. So yes, really excited. I can't wait to see that little book come together. I think it's going to be very, very cute. Okay, that's it for my whips. Now I've got the FFOs, 8 of them. And now I don't have them all with me, so I'm going to put some pictures up here because obviously most of these were gifted because they weren't for me. So the first one was my fully finished object for number 2 for this year. You may remember my first one for this year was August's birth sampler, which I had framed. So he has that now, and you've already seen that. So here is a picture of August's stocking, which is by Shepherd's Bush, and it's actually called Christian's stocking. And I fully finished this off exactly the same way as I did all my other stockings. And this is now my seventh stocking I think I've done. So I quilted the back, I did piping around the edges, and I fully lined it as well. So I followed a tutorial by Vonna Pfeiffer, who's also known as the Twisted Stitcher. You can find her on her tutorials on YouTube, or she has her own blog as well. So if you just search the Twisted Stitcher, and you should be able to find her quite easily. And, you know, Vonna's donated so much of her time and effort in doing these amazing tutorials for us, and I seriously couldn't do them without her step-by-step instructions. And you know what was funny was, you know, I've made 6 of these stockings before 2 years ago. Do you think I could remember? I'd written down all the instructions, and I'm looking at my notes going, well, that doesn't make sense. So I had to get the tutorial video out again, and I followed it by the video. So I don't trust my own notes because I write things down at the time and think that I'll know what that means in 2 years' time. And no, sure enough, I didn't. So anyway, my daughter's very happy. She's got her whole family's stockings hanging up. I should have got a photo of that. I always forget to get family photos on Christmas Day. We enjoy our time together so much that we don't look at the phones, which is what you want, isn't it? You know, too many people on their phones these days, but I really wish I had taken more photos. Anywho, mental note for next year. So very happy August stocking was done. And forgot to mention that I put some buttons and some ribbons and some other little beads. There's a lot of beads on there as well, so can't quite see them in the photo, but they are there. And yeah, very happy with that. All right, now fully finished object number 3 for 2024 was August's first Christmas ornament. I also don't have that here, so I'll put up a photo of this one. This may look a bit familiar to you, and this is because this is stitched exactly the same way as Hazel's ornament. I wanted them to match, except Hazel's ornament was round, and I'll put up the photo so you can see them. I finished hers as a round, flat ornament. Also following Vonna's tutorials. And I decided to finish August as a square. So that way they're a little bit different, but everything else is the same. This 32 count opalescent Belfast linen, they were both stitched on, is the same. I used the same piping around the edges. I used the same color ribbon. They're identical. That design was actually designed by myself. I just charted it out using a bit of this pattern, bit of that pattern, and blended them together, and it worked. And I was very happy with that. So that was his first Christmas ornament. And then I did this one I have. This is my fully finished object number 4. And this is Christmas Folk Art A ornament. And this one is for my tree. That's why I have it. There it is there. You may have recognized this if you've been following me, that I have stitched letters of the alphabet for every member of my family for my own tree. So he needed to have his own. I've got the little 2024 dangling there. I did finish this a little bit differently than the others. The others I had stitched a little pillow that was removable, and I had an opening at the back. I just didn't have time this time, so I've just stitched it like that. The opening is at the bottom. So it was just quicker for me. I was just looking at, it was quick, you know. I think I did 4 of these in one day, 4 ornament finishes in one day. So I was pretty much over it by the end of the day. Oh, sorry, and I forgot to mention, this is Christmas Folk Art A, and this is a Christmas Folk Art Alphabet by Joan Elliott. So each letter has their own Christmas image, which is really cute. So A is for August in our house. Okay, next one I also don't have, and it's my favourite one, my favourite ornament this year. This is fully finished object number 5, and this is Grinch Christmas Bauble ornament. Now, this one was from my bobbin.com website, and have I got her name? Excuse me a moment. I've written it somewhere else. Tatiana Babozko. I do have all these details for the next video, my full-on video. So if you want more details, you have to watch that again. It was done on 16 count white Aida. I chose that because of the size that I wanted the finished object to be. And I finished this as a round ornament. And this one, I did something different. So I made my own piping using DMC cotton. I picked out 3 colours from the design that I liked, and that was the light green, the dark green, and the red. And I just pretty much braided them together and then hot glued them around. The ornament has a little tassel at the bottom, as you can see, and the loop at the top. So that was all done as one piece. I started at the bottom with the extra threads hanging down, glued around the top, allowed for the loop, came back around, finished at the bottom, the extra tassel. They weren't tassels at that stage. Tied it with red DMC around the bottom, and then red DMC around the top, just to keep them nice and tight. And then once I got to the bottom, I unplaited it and just let the threads dangle, and that made the tassel. So really, really, really easy to make. As I said, that this was my favourite finish because it was something different for me, and I liked making my own braid. I would like to do that in future. I want to invest in one of those braid turners where you can do it yourself. And I always think about this 2 weeks or so before Christmas, and I always realise I've left it too late to order one. So it might be something that I need to do next week for next Christmas. Anyway, and Vonna shows how to use those if you don't know what I'm talking about, have a look at her finishing tutorials where she makes her own corded braid out of DMC, and game changer. Yeah. Okay, next one I also don't have. This was for Hazel. This is fully finished object number 6, and this is Rocket Santa postage stamp by Wild Violet cross stitch, I believe. Did this one on black even weave because I wanted it to look like the night sky, and I finished this as a square ornament. Very, very easy, simple procedure. Square ornament. I think I used star fabric at the back, red stars, because, well, he's in the sky, and just did a simple pre-purchased braid. I always have some Christmas braid. I always tend to pick some up after Christmas when they're on sale and get a few rolls of it and have some in my drawer for Christmas finishes for the next year. So very, very easy finish. When I gave it to Hazel in her Christmas Eve box, I said, who's that? And oh, she said, oh, that's a rocket. And I said, yes, it is a rocket, because she loves rockets. And I said, and who's in the rocket? She goes, Daddy. I said, no, we thought that was funny. It's not Daddy, it's Santa. I said, see, look, as you can see, red and white. And in fairness, Santa's tiny inside that rocket, but it was very cute that she thought it was Daddy driving the rocket up to the moon. But yeah, she loved it nonetheless. And she loved the Grinch. Her and I had watched the Grinch movie a couple of days beforehand. I was a bit concerned she might be scared by it, but she really liked the Grinch, and now she knows exactly who the Grinch is. And her mum said to me she actually doesn't like the Grinch cartoon movie. She only likes the original one with Jim Carrey. So yay, go Hazel. All right, next one I have, because this one was for me, fully finished object. I struggle saying that word. Number 7 is my Christmas Geese Shine Christmas Tree Pillow. Yay. So this is the 3rd in the series that I have stitched. I have finished this one as a nice stuffed pillow. I love these designs. I'm going to keep doing these each year, and I've just realised that I have not added this to my planned stitches for next year. Oh God, it's getting out of control. Just wait till you see on the next video how many things I have planned. You're going to think I have gone crazy. Definitely have. Anyway, so easy pillow, just join at the bottom, some whip stitches. Not very neat. I'm not very good at finishing. But I love this. And I've got the other 2 out here to show you. So this was Better Together, I think, this one. And then this one, and I can't remember what this is called. Something about skating. So there's 6 in this series. And when I first saw them, I was like, oh, they all look great as pillows. I love them. I love them so much. Lots of French knots, but it's okay. I'm getting better at them. Love them. They go in a little smalls basket, which is getting bigger each year. Just exactly what I wanted. Now my 2 exciting ones, and the ones that you guys have loved the most on Instagram. I think I've got the most likes of anything I've ever posted on Instagram is from these 2. So we'll do one first. Fully finished object number 8 is 2023 Nutcracker by Shannon Christine Designs. Oh, sorry, I can get them all in there. There we go. Again, thanks to Vonna Pfeiffer and her tutorial, I was able to make this into a stand-up ornament. He has got drapery weights in the bottom, so he's not going to fall over. I put 2 in the bottom of each one, and I've used a ton of polyfill to stuff this guy. I'm just so happy. Gold braiding, looks so pretty. It's not perfect. It's perfectly imperfect, which is how I like things. It shows it's handmade. But yeah, he's gorgeous. I love him. And his brother is fully finished object number 9, 2024, Nutcracker by Shannon Christine Designs. This guy's my favourite. Out of the two, I love him. I think he looks just so regal in his red. And there is the back. I had this fabric left over from the Christmas stockings I'd made, and I just liked the tone of red and the gold. I think it really matched him. This one, I couldn't really find a pink Christmas one that looked right, and when I saw nutcrackers, I was like, oh, well, okay. I considered doing them both the same, but Shannon plans on doing these each year for as long as we continue to buy them, which for me will be forever. And my friend Kathy, we're going to be forever buying these. I don't know if you watch my video, Shannon, you probably don't, but please keep making them. I considered buying enough fabric to do all of them, and then I thought, well, how much do I buy? How many years is she going to keep making them? And I'm going to get to the point where I can't find this fabric anymore, and I might have like 6, 8, 10 with this, and then all of a sudden when I can't find it, I'm going to have to do different fabric, and that's going to look really silly. So I decided from the get-go, right, they're all going to have their own different backs. That's, in my head, that just worked better. So they'll all be personalised based on the front. Does that make sense? Does to me. Anyway, yeah, so once again, Vonna's magic tutorial came to the rescue, and I just love it. I just love it. It's, yeah. It's got something to put out every year. Awesome. Yes, so that's it for all the cross-stitch stuff. Just very briefly, I mentioned earlier, and I've mentioned online, that I've had issues with my shoulder. Turns out it was bursitis. I had scans and ultrasound and stuff done. I've ended up having a cortisone injection, and I feel like a normal person again. I can put my arms up like a normal person without screaming in pain. My last cortisone injection into the same area was 2015. So nearly 10 years that lasted me. So if I can go on that plan for the rest of my life, I'm going, well, that's good. I'm happy with that. What caused it? I don't know. Was it stitching? I don't know. Probably just overuse, because I do tend to push myself. I do tend to lift things that are too heavy and say, she'll be all right. I used to be a courier, so I'm used to lifting things, used to moving things around and not asking for help. And it's hard for me to ask for help. I don't like relying on people. So I like to just get in there and do it myself. And yeah, my body complains afterwards, doesn't it? Anywho, that's good. I'm on the path to wellness with my shoulder. Also in December, you may have seen some photos if you follow me on Instagram, that is. I have subscribed to a baking class here in Australia. I can bake. I grew up idolising my mum baking in her kitchen and learnt a lot from her. And I've also learnt a lot from myself just over the years. However, you know, it's nice to nice to learn from an expert as well. Because sometimes when we do things our own way, we can be following silly habits, which aren't quite ideal. Or there could be quicker ways of doing things. So Rosie Cakes, who I'm doing my subscription with, had sent out, I don't know, I saw it somewhere on social media, to join along a free class to learn how to make a Christmas gingerbread cookie cake. And I just love the look of this thing. I thought, wow, I wouldn't even know where to start in making that. So yes, hell yes, I'm going to go along to a free class and learn that. So it's all done by Zoom, but you don't have to do it. Most people do it on video in the Zoom, but I actually, in the lead up to Christmas and getting everything ready that I had to get ready, I just didn't have time, but I did watch it and I was able to replay it. And guess what? I made it for Christmas Day. So I'll put up a picture here. I'm so proud of it. So it's a 3-layered gingerbread cookie, which I've never made gingerbread before. The recipe was super easy. I don't know why I've never made gingerbread before. It was so easy. I followed all her instructions, which were perfect, and was able to put the gingerbread cookie in the freezer until I was ready to do the buttercream icing. I've made buttercream icing a million times. Again, her recipe just was so much easier. The only downside for me was it was a really warm week here for Christmas. Yeah, Australia, yeah. Anyway, so my buttercream was a bit softer than I would have liked. I did put it in the fridge, but I could have put it in the freezer for a few minutes. I didn't want to mess around with it. I just wanted to get it done. The whole decorating portion of the cake was over 2.5 hours work. So not including making the cake itself. So yeah, decorated it following all her instructions. Did the 3 colours, the white, the olive, the dark olive, made a red fondant bow, got some decorations. There's freeze-dried raspberries on there. There's candy cane boiled sweets. There's little mini gingerbread cookies, which I bought. I didn't make those. Yeah, anyway, we had that Christmas Day and it was delicious. I didn't want to watch. I let my daughter cut it and she said, oh, all the stuff's coming out as I'm cutting it. I was like, I'm not watching because I don't know how long it took to make it, but the end result was it tasted amazing. So that may be a new Christmas tradition for me to make that every year, as well as my trifle. That family always asks for my trifle every year. So yes, really enjoyed that. So that was number 1. And then I also learned from Rosie how to do sugar cookies. Now, a lot of you that live in America, you all know how to do sugar cookies. There's one thing I never learned from my mum. She never made sugar cookies. And I did try once before to make them. And mine all cracked and I had various issues. But that's the problem when you follow along a written recipe and they don't detail exactly how long to mix things for. I now know that you actually don't mix it for very long at all. Thanks to Rosie. So yeah, I made sugar cookies. They all came out perfect. And then messed around with fondant. This is the first time I've ever used fondant. And I was able to marble it. And I was very lucky. We have custom cookie cutters here in Adelaide. I went to their store and bought a whole heap of different cookie cutters. And yeah, so messed around with different colours and different shapes, and I had a ball. I had an absolute ball making those, and they tasted amazing. So now I have something that I can make for yearly celebrations, for birthdays, for special events, for my wonderful workmates who enjoy all my baked treats. So I'm going to have fun because they don't take literally anything to make. They're so quick and easy. The batch makes so many, and you can freeze the dough. Like, you make it, roll it out, freeze it as a slab, thaw it, cut it, put it in the oven. What can be easier? So yeah, I'm really happy with that. So anyway, sorry about rambling on about that. I had a lovely Christmas Day for lunch at my daughter's house because my grandkids have very strict set sleep routines, which we do not want to mess up. They're angels. They go to sleep by themselves. They usually wake up themselves. Sometimes we have to wake them, but they never wake up crying. Like, they're just the best kids. They really are. No rocking to sleep, none of that. It's just fantastic. Why would you mess with that? So Christmas Day at her house was great, and my son and his girlfriend were there as well. So it's first Christmas with her, and it was just a wonderful, wonderful day. Apart from it being too hot, we had a wonderful time. And in the evening I spent with my partner. So yeah, had a lovely Christmas. So I hope you all had a lovely Christmas, and I am going to end this video here. I really hope you join me for the next one, because the next one is exciting. For me, it's exciting. I get to show off everything that I have done in 2024. in my finishes. I'm going to show off all my finishes, and I'm going to show off my starting point for all my WIPs, and then I'm going to show you everything I'm planning for 2025. And there's a lot. I've gone mad. Check me in somewhere because I have gone mad. Okay. All right. So hopefully I'll see you then. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of the week. It's Monday, isn't it? Yeah, rest of the week. It's that time of year. I don't know what day it is. I'm still on holidays. I don't go back to work until the following week. And I still have to get 3 rooms reorganized. So please wish me luck. All right. Bye for now.